let's talk about Xanax. I had a old friend of mine who was addicted to what are the pills that you take that pain relievers? Xanax is
an anti-anxiety sort of.
No, not lorazepam and stuff like that. It was Vicodin.
Yeah, Vicodin, absolutely.
So he got to a point that he was taking 25 Vicodins a day.
Amazing.
And a dentist was selling it to him, right?
Yeah, because the dentist prescribed that. Dentists prescribe more Vicodin or things like that than almost any other doctor because dental pain. So the government doesn't look at a dentist with a lot of OxyContin or Vicodin prescriptions oddly because they expect that to be part of the practice. So dentists get away with it.
Yeah, but this dentist in Glendale, after he passed away, he died from taking, one night, I think he took 50 of them or something like that, and obviously never woke up. But this dentist that later on came out, I found that the dentist was selling it to another Armenian kid, and that Armenian kid was selling it to my friend. And then at one point, he just couldn't get a hold of himself. What do you know about Vicodin and Xanax?
Yeah, so Vicodin, another painkiller, same thing. It has an opioid base. You will get addicted to it just as you can with anything else. So Vicodin is one of those drugs that people think is safe for the short term. And what those drugs do, by the way, Vicodin's a perfect example. When they sell them in a prescription base, they don't just sell you the actual opioid part. They mix it into a pill that has Tylenol. So it comes with 325 milligrams of Tylenol in the pill. Now, you're taking 15 or 20 of those. Let me tell you, PBD, you are past the legal limit for what you should be taking for your liver for Tylenol. So you're already beating the hell out of yourself. Forget about the addictive part of the drug. You're just killing yourself just from the amount. It would be like taking half a bottle of Tylenol every day. That's going to put you under. And one of the things the Sacklers would do is they would come in and say on these deaths, so the government challenged them at one point early on and said, people are dying of overdoses of OxyContin. They would say, no, let's do, give me the toxicology report. And then in the toxicology report, 9 times out of 10, it's not just OxyContin. Somebody's got some liquor. They smoked a little bit of weed. They had Vicodin that they put in, which is different. So they would say, well, we're not doing it. It's all mixed in. So that's what also happens. The guy who's taking the Vicodin is probably having maybe a couple of glasses of wine. He's doing other things. It's all leading to kill yourself. Now, Xanax, completely different. Xanax is you have this 15-year reign. And I say it in admiration only because it's so hard to stay at the top. It's the #1 drug in the world. But Valium did it. So Valium is the number. Everyone thinks Valium is harmless, right? There's no downsides. Then after it's out for 10 years, Congress finally gets around to looking into it, and they have all these horror stories of people addicted to it. They can't get off of it. Guess who comes in? Upjohn. They've got a great thing. They have a drug called Xanax, which is going to help you get off of your Valium addiction and be less addictive. And they put that drug out in 1990, just at the time when a thing called the DSM, the Diagnostic Statistical Manual, where psychiatrists write it up to describe things, they created a new condition called panic attacks. So before 1990, you couldn't prescribe a drug like Valium for panic attack because it wasn't in the DSM. It wasn't there, so a doctor couldn't write a script for it. Now, all of a sudden, it becomes a treatable condition. So you go to a doctor and you say, by the way, I'm having a panic attack. I'm about to go on PBD, and I'm nervous as hell. I'm having a panic attack. Guy gives me a prescription for 30 Xanax. So Xanax became the #1 drug, knocked Valium off the shelf by a mile, and still is the sort of flavor of the moment when it comes to kids who get in trouble. You'll find an 18-year-old who's overdosed. I guarantee you that they have a combination of drugs in them, including sometimes fentanyl and other things, and a Xanax in there, because they think that a Xanax that they often find in their mother or father's medicine cabinet is harmless. They think of that as like taking an aspirin.
Yeah, so back in the days in the 1890s, this is the Sigmund Freud thing that he used to call it anxiety neurosis in the 1890s. And then eventually panic attack is when it became...
1980,
yeah. So interesting.
Hi, I'm Gerald Posner. I'm an investigative reporter. I've written 13 books about everything from chasing Nazi war criminals to the heroin trade to 9/11 to Saudis to fundamentalists and to the drug industry and to money inside the Vatican. You can ask me just about everything on my next. Reach out to me and talk to me about 9/11. Find out what's happening in terms of the Epstein files. If you want to find out what's happened in the recent Trump assassination attempt by crooks, I'm looking into that as well. I've got a whole series of things, including the the transgender industry on children that are on my hot list. So send me some questions.
If you enjoyed this video, you want to watch more videos like this, click here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click here.